old sponge stalks.
Yeah.
Hey, look
Like
at
a
there,
farried here.
yeah.
Maybe dead on its
Yeah.
way out.
Then a live one across the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, wow, look at that.
Oh,
Can you
there's a
zoom in,
lot.
please?
There's a whole bunch.
A nice looking one.
I like these ones. I really look
I
like
do
vertebrae.
too. They just remind me of skeleton or spine.
Yeah.
Other one that
Yeah,
says
what kind of
covered
light?
in brittle stars.
Oh no.
The cliff.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
would you like me to take us away?
Why did that happen?
Just poke our head over.
Oh, it's not that tall of a cliff.
That's a mini cliff.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really
What
striking.
was that?
I don't
Yeah.
know, like something, just a pain in my finger.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
The down-looking cam is pretty impressive.
yeah, that's really pretty. All right, so as we start to begin exploring, I wanted to share just what people have shared in the chat about what aloha means in their language. So just as a, to start, I want to say mahalo nui for sharing all of this, and kalamaya'u if I'll do my best to enunciate all of these languages to the best of my abilities. So in Irish, aloha means diaduit, diaduit,
Yeltut.
diaduit. Dave, what did you say?
I think that's how you say it.
can you come down?
Michael, was that Michael? All right. In Hindu, it is namaste. And then we have one that's just aloha, yeah, that's right. In Dutch, it's hallo is hey, bye is dag, D-A-G, doiye, doiye, and I love you is ik ho van jo. Awesome. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your language with us.
Is that a little farried?
Yeah, it could be.
I'm just getting pulled on like
Yeah,
crazy
no
right
worries.
now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So what we're anticipating a noon recovery.
Noon on deck?
Yeah, I believe that's what was on the.
Oh, on
Yeah,
board. Okay.
that's,
Yeah.
they want us.
And so how much time do we have to get to the surface? 90 minutes or so?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Pretty light, so we should be able to come out.
So.
And then I do have some questions here either for our pilots or for Dave. Or
Sorry, which one did you want to look at, Liz?
Let's actually look at the whip coral.
Okay.
oh,
We'll zoom in, please.
I think
That's
it's a
good.
bamboo.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, it's bamboo.
Nice.
Can you just come a bit wider? I was trying to hold it in frame there for a sec while I steady up. It's hard when we just
See the
kind of
nose
keep
at the
pushing
base.
past the
Yeah.
into super zoom.
nice. And then in Susie, aloha means amogus. Mahalo for sharing amogus.
Okay, well, come wide, please. I'll try and scoot along this wall back to where should be able to go kind of this way, and that should get
Still trying to
underneath.
find you.
Yeah, I should be able to. If I go this way, I should be able to get back into configuration. I think. Oh, we can, yeah, step the ship again.
Bridge nav.
So
Can we do another 30-meter step?
about a boat width is like,
Yeah.
if we want to keep going. Otherwise, he comes a full stop, has to get going again, and then so that just kind of delays things even more.
Thank you.
I'll come up a bit. And
Sorry, yeah, I was just thinking about calculating the time. I was distracted.
Okay, so you're behind me.
yeah, I'm going to try and go back to where you are.
I can see you in the bug cam.
Yeah, I'm coming.
It's kind of a pretty view.
Haha,
Okay, should be showing up there somewhere.
you're right here. I see you.
These views always reminded me of hiking above tree line.
Oh, man.
Do these smoother rocks mean anything, Rob?
I think it's just carbonate material. It's hard to see any sort of texture underneath the...
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at that. Is that part of the rock, or is that something organic?
That could be organic.
Zoom in, please.
Oh yeah, like chrysogorgia or something.
So aloha mai, whoever sent that, sus aloha mugas. I did this intentionally as a genuine effort to share aloha. So please let's not troll each
Come live,
other
please.
on this chat. Mahalo nui, ma'alama pono. Hawaiian is a language related to similar to any others greater in the South Pacific. Yes. So our language is very similar to Maori, Fijian, Tahitian, Samoan. So we're all connected through our languages. We do change our T's, K's, R's, and L's. So that's how you can kind of differentiate those languages. But yep, we're all connected throughout the South Pacific. Mahalo for asking.
That looks like a pretty big crinoid.
Talking about this.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get a zoom on that.
Oh, zoom in, please.
I like those ones where they have kind of multiple colors. Ombre effect.
I agree, they're pretty.
Yeah.
All right, so I have some questions coming in for our pilots.
Come live, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see here. What communication protocol are you using to control the rover? Is it Cat5 or NEMA 2000, MIDI, or something entirely different?
We use several different communication protocols. A lot of the instrumentation is just RS-232 communication. Sorry, I'm just a little distracted. We'll zoom in here too, please.
That's bamboo.
It's weird.
Oh, another fish.
Yeah, someone was asking how large the halosaurs get, if you know that.
Ooh, not off the top of my head, no. Looks like maybe
Wow.
a Basocetus cusk.
Yeah,
A
it definitely has a
cusk eel
different swimming
again?
pattern.
Yeah,
Yes.
the big bulbous head is a giveaway, I think.
That is so odd.
You're gonna try to zoom in?
But they always like to face away from us, and their tails all look the same, so. Yeah, that's a Basocetus.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the halosaur, it's just the very end of it kind of moves.
Yeah, that's true. These ones they look like big tadpoles.
Yeah, they look pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, come wide, please.
They do look
I'm
like
just gonna
big
keep
tadpoles.
basing. Go 180.
It just wants to go back to west all the time?
Yeah, and it's doing this weird thing where like at a certain point it'll like just stop trying to turn until I'll line up with you, and then when you turn, then I just keep going.
I think before we come up, we're gonna quit the GUI, quit the top side, reboot, and try it again. See if that helps. We'll do that once we're done.
Copy.
Cool.
Another band name too, Reboot the GUI.
What is it?
Reboot the GUI.
That sounds like an album track
Okay,
from
yeah.
the Droopy Tops.
Like you put it from the Derby Tops?
The Droopy Tops.
Oh, the Droopy Tops.
Is that just another version of the GUI song? Or you
Yeah.
gotta say it's a
Oh,
reboot?
the GUI song. That's a remix. So to bring back in the aloha of genuine aloha with meaningful words, in Filipino, aloha means mabuhay, which also means cheers, and it is an expression that means long live.
Oh,
Thank you for sharing that and bringing back the aloha to that conversation, to our conversation. Was that another sea star or a crinoid? I missed it.
I think it was a crinoid.
Cool. Huh? So for this expedition, somebody would like to know what's the largest fish we've seen thus far. What would you say?
Most of what we've seen is small, but we've seen some cutthroat eels that are about 1 meter long.
Oh, wow.
It's probably the biggest. Either that or the mahi-mahi that we saw at the surface.
Oh, right. That's true. Those were some big ones. That made me hungry.
Bridge nav, can we go another 30 meters? Thank you.
Aloha Maya, mahalo for your comment. There is a lot of rich history about Hawaii, so keep on learning it. It is fun to find out all of the different things that Hawaii has gone through and experienced over the years. Mahalo for sharing.
Why don't you try closing down, just close your GUI and restart it. Restart the GUI.
Okay.
Just X out of it and then reboot up Atalanta.
This one, yeah. Just didn't want to turn the other way.
Okay.
Hoku, you got Beyonce stuck in my head now.
Which one?
The to the left, to the left.
Everything you own in the box to the left. It's a good song. I sing that to my kids when they got to go on timeout. No.
That's so funny. She has a new album coming out on July 29th.
Ooh, for real?
Ooh.
You were busting the Fugees yesterday, or
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, heaven. So that is a question that came up on the in the chat here.
Just
Is
come up, the delta's at 10 right now.
After you collect all of the samples and you head on into the lab, what music do you guys listen to while you're doing your sampling?
Honestly, I've been forgetting to turn on the music.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
towards the end, I've turned it on maybe once or twice. But yeah, I just throw my liked songs on shuffle.
Right?
I need to make a at sea playlist. I
That'd be
messed
good.
up. I haven't done that.
Yeah. Well, and you guys are so busy. It's fun to watch you guys when you're in the lab and all the samples have come in. But there's a lot of action down there.
Yeah, I feel like if I put on music, I'll start singing and get distracted.
That would be so funny if you guys did like a flash mob lab dance. I want to bring back the flash mobs.
Flash
In
mobs are fun.
Target. In Target especially.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't really seen any of those nodule fields on these last couple of dives.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
was
we
just going to
haven't.
ask.
And this would look like a great location for one.
So are we still in part of like that, for lack of a better description, that scooped out area where those landslides, those divots have occurred?
And we're right on the edge of it. I
Oh.
mean, we're not looking over the very tip of the top of the slump scar or landslide scar that you'd see. But we're in that general region.
I feel like we saw those nodule fields a little deeper than this,
Bridge nav,
right?
we can do another
Wouldn't that
30
more
meter
around
step.
2,000 below?
I don't know. I think I saw all sorts of different depths.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, there's a sponge.
Yeah, let's look at that. I think it's another chrysogorgia, but there might be something in the middle.
Ooh, rolling.
Zoom in, please.
What is that one?
I think it's
Oh, that's
chrysogorgia.
yeah.
It might have a squat lobster in the middle.
Oh,
It's hard to tell, but
it's so tiny.
Oh, come on, please.
Yeah, it feels like the wind's picked up here. It's a little rollier.
Right.
Yeah, it's around 23 now.
ooh,
It's not too bad.
yeah. Can we look at the sponge too?
Sure. Zoom in, please.
Wow, that's pretty.
It's interesting what those, I'm trying to figure out what that pink
Yeah, the bumpies.
bit's on.
Yeah.
I think it's part of the sponge, but that color is odd. It's oh, it almost looks like it's got polyps on it. Like it's got like
That's
hydroids,
what I was wondering.
maybe?
Like some pink, they looked like nubbies, and then when we got closer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have we seen something like that before?
I don't, not like that, I
Yeah.
don't think.
At least not on our watch.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
uh-uh.
I want to say,
They're not
Hydroid,
amphipods, right?
but maybe zoanthid?
Oh, yeah.
Because
Oh,
I
okay,
see
yeah,
tentacles.
I can see the polyps
Yeah,
now.
they're definitely polyps of some
Yeah.
sort.
Huh.
Okay,
Interesting.
come on, please.
That's cool. Is zoanthid spelled with 2 O's
No.
Just one.
and a Z?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
The K is silent.
Is it? I still spelled it wrong.
I was just thinking about the To the Left song again. I just wonder if that's on Clarence Thomas's playlist.
I don't know.
Oh, Rob.
Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, we can
I'm
move to the
making a
left.
face.
Rob is king of the cringy jokes.
We do have a follow-up ROV question when our pilots are ready.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Nice rectangular looking rock.
Yeah.
Zoom in, please. It's like very straight edges.
Yeah.
Wow.
Angles.
Looks cut.
A brick, one
Actually,
might
both
say.
of them.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Interesting.
Aliens.
What is that debris on the bottom there? Is that just the way the
It's
sand
a part of a
looks?
sponge that
Yeah.
looks like
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
Alien remains.
That just seems so out of
Alien
place.
remains.
Yeah.
Did you throw a sample overboard?
Come on, please.
See, the thing
It
was,
looks so
Everything-
perfectly
everything
cut.
is so rounded and, like,
Yeah.
what was the question?
I'm
Ooh.
tweezing it out here and
This is a
preparing
nice
it
one.
for you.
Iridigorgia?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
So I think this is again kind of a follow-up relating to the camera question.
Come wide, please. Or sorry, zoom in, please. Got ahead of myself there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
I
too
was
focused.
confused.
I think you might need to have a chocolate break after this.
So I think
Oh,
that was a
yeah.
type of zoanthid.
Watch.
I wonder what's for dessert today.
Oh, yeah.
Come wide, please.
Yeah.
Parazoanthidae.
Yeah, I think it's a type of zoanthid that seems
Fridge
to
nap?
colonize sponges.
Pair of, what is that? In the bubble.
We'll go for another 30
That's
meters.
what I got.
Umimayanthis?
I got it.
Is that
What?
right? Umimayanthis?
Thank you.
Yumi?
Yeah,
Umi?
umimayanthis. Sure.
Wow. It's a cool name.
Yeah.
You like the steps?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, pilot. So the question is, how are you reaching over a mile with RS-232? And what about video, SDI with boosters? That's a lot of language I'm not familiar with. So please feel free to answer how you see fit.
Sure, yeah. All the communication, the video, the telemetry is run through a multiplexer.
Okay.
So a MUX, so
Hold
all
on.
those things on the ROV are connected into electronics housing and plugged into multiplexer, and that's converted to an optical signal, which is sent up fiber optics to the ship, and then another connects to another multiplexer on the top side, breaks it all back out again, and then you can talk to each of the individual sensors and ROV and all your communication devices that way. So yeah, it's all
Thank you,
sent up
Josh.
it's all sent up a couple different fiber optic lines.
Yeah, same with the video. It's HD SDI out of the camera, 1080i, and into an optical converter, and then on a fiber back up topside, and then converted back to HD SDI and into the video router.
Yeah, so we can communicate over RS-232, 422, 485, Ethernet, optical links. So we have a bunch of different ways to communicate with the devices on the vehicle.
Okay, and just for my understanding, the RS-232 is just like a pathway to send that communication to another.
Well, that's just it's kind of a old kind of
It's a
communications
protocol.
port protocol for, you know, it's a little bit outdated actually,
Oh,
but like a way to plug into your laptop or computer
okay.
through a COM port.
Thank you.
Outdated, and yet it never goes away.
It'll never go
It's
away.
still here.
They can't. I
It
don't
still
think
has
they
a
can.
purpose.
Yeah. That's the URL.
Holding us back.
Yeah.
Everything should be USB-C.
So then another question here for the pilots. If you wanted to capture a fish, how would you capture it?
Probably have to slurp it,
Oh, okay.
chase it down somehow. That would be quite a game.
Oh my
That
God,
would be
it makes
fun.
me think of chasing chickens. That's very hard to do. Or catching chickens. Okay, so
Little
we've
baby
used
cucumber.
this. Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Aw.
Wow, Josh.
You've got the best cucumber eyes.
I go to the spa a lot.
There you go.
Aw.
Zoom in, please.
It helps you relax, you know.
Yeah.
I could use a spa day.
That's such a
another-
weird compliment.
I think hansanothuria.
Have you been able to collect these before?
Yeah, I have a lot
You
of
have
these.
a lot of these. Is this what we were seeing on like the first dives, like throughout all
Yeah,
the dives?
this
you
is
seem
mostly
to
what we
see
saw at
these?
the beginning. These are the ones that
Come on, please.
really fall apart when you bring them up.
Oh, right. That was our first slurp experience,
Oh,
wasn't it?
I think so.
oh boy. What an experience.
Yeah, the other one we collected, that Amperima or Peniagony, they stay together a lot better. They're
Yeah,
a
it
little
looks
more
pretty.
robust in body form.
Does that have something to do with the environment that they exist in?
Nope, they're at the same depth. They're just different, totally different families.
Okay. Okay. So we have a question here for our pilots or our scientists. Are we going to look over the cliff's edge? It seems suggested that there's usually more abundance of coral on the cliff edge. So is that an area that we're going to explore on this expedition or in this dive?
At the start of the dive, we were over there a little bit.
That's true, right? And that was, yeah, last night. Was it last night or this morning? We did see a lot of coral along the side of those cliff edges.
Zoom in, please.
Yep.
And it seems like the current has picked up a little bit here,
Oh,
so it makes it a little more precarious
right.
to hug like we were before.
It's
Right.
another bamboo.
Yep.
So these areas are a bit in these conditions.
Yeah,
would
I mean,
you
it's just that
term
with as strong of a current, it can be difficult
safer,
to.
better to keep
Yeah.
Hercules in good position.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, come by, please.
I mean, that is the one nice thing about working with the pilots this closely is that we have almost like a wish list of what we want to try to do, and they do the best that they can to make that happen for us.
Right.
But sometimes you just have to
Bridge nav, we
adjust
can
on
do
the
another
fly.
30-meter step.
Right. The environment is the environment, and so we have to adapt to those conditions.
Yeah. The good thing is, I mean, none of this has been explored before, so
Yeah.
kind of at this point, wherever we go, it's still something new, and it's still something that hasn't been looked at with an ROV.
Yeah. And it's always one of my favorite sayings when doing these sorts of explorations that it's Eisenhower and Churchill had versions of this, that planning is essential, but plans are useless.
Right.
'Cause-
They're more like guidelines.
Exactly.
And cookie tributes don't hurt as well.
Is that a sea star?
That'll ensure everything goes
That's,
smoothly.
I believe,
I
another
agree.
crinoid.
Oh.
Nice
1,
couple
2,
Yeah,
3,
another one of those
4, 5,
kind of-
6.
Oh, there's a star. I'm sure everyone just said that.
Yeah, you're a little late to the game there.
Yeah, you can zoom in, please.
I might have an Atalanta troubles.
You were too busy thinking about cookies, though.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
another-
that's pretty.
Yeah, it's that one that we saw earlier.
Oh, it's not a real star.
And you said it was a crinoid?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that
You
coloration's
can tell
different.
because they don't have that central disc visible. You know, where the arms come
okay.
together, they kind of just come
Come
together.
by, please.
Yeah.
As opposed to if it's a sea star or brittle star, you're going to see that kind of clear central disc, especially with the brittle stars, and it's always in 5.
Right. That's it. That one sea star threw me off. I kept having to count its legs.
Yeah, whereas the
or arms,
Brisingis,
excuse me.
Why are you
they have a
Crinoid.
round central
Oh,
disc.
hey.
Whoa.
Sorry, say that again. Liz, what has a round central
The
disc?
Brisingid.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't even notice fish.
I like how their tails move.
We'll zoom in, please.
Oh.
So I'm going to pose
kinda
this
cute.
to our
You can see
scientists.
this one, it has what we call barbules, the little bits hanging down from its mouth that helps them sense stuff in the sand and the sediment.
So would that
Nice.
make them
That's a nice
related to
shot of
other
it.
like
That was
near,
awesome.
shallow water bottom feeders that have those? I'm just thinking of
Yeah,
that.
a lot of different types of fish have them,
They do? Oh, okay.
but it's indicative of being a bottom feeder.
Ah. Even cooler.
Are those the same things you see like on catfish or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the same structure, what we call a barbule.
Barbules. Pardon my spelling, but
Graceful.
Oh, come by, please.
Yeah, because we're so high up, you feel it so much more up here.
yeah.
I really like that cutout of the rock. It looks really pretty with how smooth. Like crinoid in the middle.
Yeah. Little alcove.
Yeah, right?
Oh, wow.
Just want to go hang out over there.
Yeah.
It's like a gator
I
head.
know. That's always, these rock formations are incredible. Like that one almost looked like the head of an alligator or something coming up from the side.
Another chrysogorgia
Wow.
up here.
Rob, you're amazing with these coral spocks.
Yeah, I think women have a slight advantage too, though, with men being colorblind. More
You
definitely
colorblind?
Really?
No, a little bit. I have some
Really?
issues. Yeah.
Can we zoom in, please?
Well, you got skills. His spock in the corals.
I might argue against chrysogorgia. It's just me, though.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh,
a
okay.
Hemicorallium, I think.
Yeah.
Is this another precious?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah, we're
Okay.
getting it.
It's okay. It's not your fault, Rob. You're
Yeah.
colorblind.
That was said like it's
colorblind.
definitely not chrysogorgia.
See, he set us up for it.
I'm really good at seeing black rocks and white sand, though.
Good thing you're a geologist.
Yeah, come light, please.
Is that why you switched from biology to geology?
Oh. I have a good colleague who is much more colorblind than I am. He always kind of yells at me for making colored maps and stuff where he can't really tell the difference. I mean, actually, when I do make figures for manuscripts, you can take them into a website that
Yeah.
will look at different sorts of types of color blindness to see if they can see it.
Our studio has some really good packages for
Yeah.
colorblind.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that they work, but trusting.
So I have a question for our scientists, and probably Yvonne could chime in on this.
Bridge nav, we can do another step.
And it is, did you have to get special permission to be able to sample organic materials like sea cucumbers from this area, or was it more like anything goes because the area is unexplored?
No, we definitely have permits and limits on the collections that we're allowed to have for each dive. So pretty much if we're, looking for these sea cucumbers, we're able to collect one if we see one, and then we want to make sure we see a lot more before we collect another. Same thing with the corals. But our max limit, I believe, for geology is 10 samples.
But it's 20
samples
samples,
per
yeah.
dive.
20 geology and 20
20
biology,
biology
per
as
dive.
well. Yeah. And that's per dive. So
But we have yet to reach
Yeah.
either
Yeah,
one of
no.
those.
We haven't
so.
even gotten close to that.
Yeah,
No,
you
not
guys
at
really
all.
haven't even, thank you, Taylor Ann. And then,
Can we zoom in,
Yvonne,
please?
do you kind of want to build on that
So weird.
with your relationship of how we get those permissions approved?
Yeah, so
What is that?
there is a process
Did
for
we
research
just spot a
permits
rock?
or any kind of
It's like a
activity
shiny
at
bit
a
of rock.
monument.
Spotted a rock.
So there's,
Wonder if there
for
was
example,
something anchored
filming,
there.
sometimes research,
It is
sometimes
a cool rock.
education permits. And in this
I
case,
wonder why
this is
it's
a research
white.
permit. And
Is that bacteria?
it's a lengthy process to obtain one,
Glassy.
but
That's weird.
the Nautilus has been here before in
It's like a
years
type of,
past. and
Yeah, so you're familiar
small
with their
bit of, like,
practices,
matting,
so it's
like
pretty
Asia
Yes.
or something?
cool. Awesome, thanks, Yvonne.
I don't know. Weird.
Yeah,
Oh, what
very
is
weird.
that?
Okay, come light, please.
Looks like an ear.
why would that
Looks
look like that,
I
Rob?
thought that,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Aliens.
that's part of the rock itself?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a
I
organism.
noticed some of the rocks that we pulled up maybe
Oh no.
2 dives ago. They
Does
weren't
anybody
quite that
see the
shiny,
face
but they
of
did
that
have
rock?
some portions that
Did you
were
see the face of
shiny.
that
Oh,
rock?
it's a
like
pretty
that.
size photo.
Well, I was going to think is that's where an enemy or yeah, had been attached or something.
Yeah. But it doesn't even have the botryoidal texture, and
Yeah.
an
Yeah,
anemone
it's very
wouldn't get rid of
smooth.
that.
It's a pretty photo in the section.
Okay, just really quick, does anybody else see that face in the rock?
Oh yeah.
There, yeah. When you had it hit it straight on, it was amazing how clear it looked like a face.
Looks like a grumpy
Like
guy on the top
nose
there.
and the eyes. Whoa.
Aliens.
That's what I've been noticing about these rock formations is they're really taking on different, like there was one that we passed, it looked like the head of an alligator. Maybe I'm just seeing it more now, but that's pretty cool. I didn't really see that so much in the other rock formations that we've been seeing. Thank you.
Yeah, I think people have done studies about why we put faces on things that aren't like that.
Well,
It's like
our brains are like trained to see faces. because
Yeah.
That's how we
Right?
communicate.
well, it's also how we a self-defense mechanism too. If
Right.
you see like an
Really?
animal,
Right.
Well, and then isn't it some way that we mark certain area, like if we're hiking or traveling, it's
Yeah.
kind of like,
Let's look
we'll
at the
mark
sea
certain
pen.
forms.
Might be another droopy one. Another droopy tip.
We want a part 2.
No, I've already
Huh?
checked that one off my list.
Yeah.
Pulling the sea pin up by the root.
Actually,
Zoom in, please.
this one doesn't look like it
And we're
does.
done.
Is this a different one?
this doesn't look
Yeah.
so droopy.
Yeah, it's a different
It's
type.
red too.
is that the Baltacina that we've been
Maybe.
Steve was talking about?
It is another sea.
It's next to it.
Another
cool.
crab.
Oh, hey.
Aw.
Yeah,
Is
like
it
seeing
a
crabs.
collector crab
I
again?
think it's another hermit crab
A hermit crab?
with a anemone.
They're so funny with
carrier
the
crabs?
anemones. We abducted the anemone.
It has an anemone on.
I feel like the last one we saw was also near a sea pen.
It
Maybe
was,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you're right. I wonder what that relationship's all about. Food?
Shade.
Maybe?
Most things are.
I think he used it for shade.
Is shade.
It's called
He's got to go
passion.
to the other side. Not
So do we have to go up soon or?
So
Wait.
it takes an hour and a half to go up at 18 meters per minute, but an hour and 50 minutes at 15 meters per minute. So
I think
soon?
we'll likely be able to do 18.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we're so light.
Yeah.
Okay.
So an hour and a half, so in about half an hour.
Okay, before we go up,
Okay.
we do want to make sure that the boxes are closed and
Yep.
sealed.
Yep.
Absolutely, yeah.
You still have 3 more niskins too.
Could have been, the box could have been held up maybe by a rock kind of poking out last time, I'm thinking. I did look at the starboard one on the last close, and it did close properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bridge nav, we can do 30 more meters.
Okay. And
Thanks.
so there was a few questions that came into the chat. What is the largest living organism we've collected on this expedition or past? I would go with this one for right now.
I
Or
would say
Taylor, you might know.
the zoanthid we just collected was pretty big because of its long tentacles.
Yeah, that was an anemone.
Yeah, it's actually a zoanthid. I don't know. Are they different?
It's a,
Zoanthid?
well, they're not true anemones. They're called tube-dwelling anemones, although
tube-dwelling,
that one isn't
okay.
in a tube.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay, so that's
So-
what makes an anemone a true anemone, is if they're like in a tube-like
No, it's
structure?
just, it's a different group.
Okay.
And I think most members of that group are tube-dwelling, but that one isn't.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
So that was really big and really interesting to deal with in the wet lab.
Yeah. In a bucket. Oh, coming to the cliff.
Oh, hey, we're coming to the cliff. And then,
Oh, there's a nice.
and this is
that
really
one.
open for anybody who would like to answer.
It's a rock.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
nice rock.
I like that sandy pool
Yeah.
down there, you know, like right here.
Oh, no, it's not the cliff. I thought it was just
Oh.
a big rock. Yeah, and you
To
can
the
see
left, to the left.
those trails again.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
It's
it
kinda
did look
neat.
very cliffy from that one perspective,
Fish
though.
way in the background there, too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, big fish.
Really?
Maybe another
Oh,
cutthroat.
there we go. Good eye.
Biggest,
was Josh.
biggest one I ever collected, I collected one of those giant tube worms in the Galapagos.
Oh, cool.
Whoa.
It was huge.
Tube worm?
Yeah, it was massive. It,
At
was,
a
it had to be
hydrothermal vent
like,
one?
How?
It had to be like 15 feet long.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, A,
Where did
how
you
did
put
you
that?
collect it? Where did you put it?
Yeah.
I just held onto it on the front
Oh my
porch.
God, that is insane.
Whoa.
Twirled
Those
it up in
are-
a little ball and stuck it on the porch.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are actually some of the fastest growing animals
Really?
on the
tube
planet.
worms?
That is
The tube
wild.
worms that are by hydrothermal vents, they can do like a foot a year.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're very happy over
Does
there.
it have anything to do with the relationship between the vents and...
Oh, chasing fish?
Yep. It's because
Yes, we're chasing fish.
very hot, lots of
I'm
food.
on board
So
with
that
that. I like
lots of
chasing
food.
them. Well, I like
Super
watching
prime
Josh chase them.
environment for growth. Where'd the fish? It went on the rock.
Oh,
There it
of
is.
course I'm right
Oh,
at the
there
end of
he
my
is.
tether.
Aw.
So what the crab says, keep your friends closer and your anemones closer. Ba-dum-bum.
That's a good one.
Classic.
That's a pretty good one.
You got the
Anemones.
lasers on it.
Yeah, I don't think it likes the
Wait a minute,
lasers.
please.
Right?
It's buoyant.
I saw one time the laser go over its one of their eyes and it freaked out.
Aw.
Oh, well, hit
Right, it's
behind
hiding now.
himself
It's
there.
hiding its face. That's what I tell my kids to do when they're mad. Hide your face.
That's cool.
I think that's another cutthroat
Oh.
eel.
That's a big one. Jeez.
That's quite large. Wow.
It's close to a
They
meter.
look so
Yeah.
graceful when they move, too.
These are the biggest fish I think we've seen.
Wow.
The
Yeah.
cutthroats.
And that has a white thing at the tip of his
Yeah.
mouth again, too.
I think it's a parasite. I think most of the ones we've seen have that.
And the
I wonder if it's
nose
harmful.
there, like on the front, that white
Yeah.
nubby.
Yeah, it might be like an isopod or something.
Why are they called cutthroat eels?
I don't know.
Because you don't want to owe them money.
Because they're very cutthroat.
I wonder why it keeps opening its mouth.
It's breathing.
It's trying to
that's
tell us
not-
something.
Yeah.
It's like,
So
go
that I definitely
away.
know with
Leave me
puhis,
alone.
when
Yeah.
they open their mouth, they're breathing.
That's often the case. Although it looks like it has
Is it a fish or something in there? Do they have some sort? Oh, no.
No.
Is that just the coloration
Oh
of
my
it?
gosh, you're so
Oh no, it does look
cute.
more bumpy than the rest of its mouth, but I can't tell. It kind of looks like it might be a part of it,
Right?
Yeah, it could
looks
just be like-
it's just
like a spot.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I think it likes the camera.
Yeah, come on, please.
Maybe it's a lure.
Right.
I was just wondering that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But usually for a lure, you need bioluminescence at this depth, and I don't think these are known to be bioluminescent.
We turn around, it's like a party.
So I've got a question for Rob here when you're ready.
Sure.
Do you think the smooth, polished surface on the rock might
Bridge nav,
happen
we can go
because of
another
the
30
current?
meters.
I'm not sure. I would have expected it to be a larger area and not such a focused region, and even to see sort of a gradation, if that was that sort of a thing.
Thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, we have collected some rocks that have a more polished and not the botryoidal surface. So I'm not really sure what it is.
Okay.
There's a sponge to the left.
Thank you, Rob.
Big tall boy.
So this is a general question for anybody who would like to answer. What's one science-y topic you could go on for hours about? I could talk about nudibranchs forever.
You can talk about what?
Nudibranchs.
Please zoom in, please.
Sea slugs.
Deep sea ecology.
Deep sea
I feel like I have
ecology.
gone on about it a lot.
You do. You're great at this. Wow, this is a beautiful sponge.
Yeah,
is that the
it's got
same?
someone
environmental
inside.
science.
It looks like it's just uninterrupted. Like that last sponge, we saw those little pimples or looking things. It doesn't.
Yeah,
it looks
the
just
last
nice
one had
and
zoanthids on it. This one's
It looks
Is
as
there
if
something
it's
a little
inside of
shrimp
it?
friend
Yeah.
inside.
Oh, hi,
Shrimp associate.
friend. Shrimp associate.
I'm sorry, they're not friends. They're just associates.
They just know each other,
Know each other from work.
right?
Morning, Sam. Now look at
I'd like to
that.
think they're friends.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Go, come on.
Would friends lock you in their room?
Yeah. Yeah, that guy's not ever leaving.
And so with that behavior, like, why would the shrimp do that if it knows it can't get out? Is it just like it's going to nestle it there because
mean,
it's
it's
just
safe.
a secure food
They're not gonna-
source, right? It's
Yeah, no predation problems.
I'm sure it's quite happy in there.
Yeah.
right? No sense leave, huh?
Mm-hmm. And I believe they're broadcast spawners, so this will be able to spawn.
Okay. Yeah. No
I would
pay
be a very
rent,
bored shrimp.
get free food.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of cool examples of mutualisms here, which is a relationship where both animals benefit. So like that anemone and hermit crab.
So what benefit would that sponge get from the
Oh,
shrimp,
yeah.
maybe?
Does the anemone benefit because it can like move around since the hemocrabs?
Yeah, I think that's how the anemone benefits. I guess I don't know for the sponge. My understanding is that it keeps it clean, but
Okay.
Right, because, you know, there were some sponges that I saw that would get that, like, detritus or that marine snout that kind of falls on it. Would those
Yeah.
organisms eat that off of the sponge or kind of clean it from the sponge?
possibly.
Okay.
I don't really know the specifics.
Fix the plumbing every once in a while.
Right, make sure there's good flow and circulation. All right. We've done a lot of exploring in this area. It's been really cool. A lot of this topography reminds me of home. I keep saying it, but like I'll see things that look like the Big Island on the seafloor, like the rock formations and the different color sands and stuff. Although we don't have the black sands here, of course.
I was out walking in a lava field on the Big Island near Waikoloa, Kingsway, and we were walking through the lava
Rich
field,
Nav, we can do another 30 meters.
and I recognized the lava formations and took a picture and texted it to my friend Deb Kelly at the University of Washington, and I said, I get it, fractured lobate. She said, we've taught you well.
Nice.
That was Deb Kelly?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah,
It
she's
was after
great.
I'd been out on the Thompson.
Okay.
Very cool.
Looks like the same type of sponge.
Yeah.
Oh. So we just wanted to give a shout out here. It's the last day of Pride Day. So happy, or last day of Pride Month. So we wanted to just send out a shout out to all of our LGBTQ plus crew members. Mahalo for being with us and happy Pride. Last day of Pride Month.
Happy Pride.
Yeah, happy Pride. Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Pew, 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 pew.
Okay, and then we've got an interesting question here. And I think our scientists could probably ask this. So on these expeditions, if we see an animal in distress, are we allowed to stop and help that animal, such as like a turtle wrapped in plastic?
Well,
What
we're not
are
going
the
to see turtles down
protocols?
here.
Yeah.
I think it would be very difficult in most cases. And it's also hard to know if something's in distress. I mean, yeah, if it has like a piece of marine debris attached to it, that would be obvious. But in some cases, animals are associated with marine debris and they're actually using it as shelter or something. And so for the most part, we kind of want to intervene the least possible.
Thank you, Liz.
Got one of the farried sponges.
Yeah.
We just had another.
Is that another crinoid or Basinja? I think another one here too, and
yeah,
there.
I think those are crinoids, both of them.
Yeah.
And looks like there's like an anemone or something on that.
Well, like a coral.
Yeah, but like something on the coral.
Okay.
Or maybe these are Basinjids.
Can we zoom in, please?
Yeah, there's got an anemone on there.
Oh, in Russia.
Oh, wow, interesting.
And those like Venus flytrap ones.
Yeah.
I like those anemones. I did it.
And that is a crinoid up there.
Go, come by, please.
That was a crinoid that we just were looking at?
Yep.
Oh,
Crinoid
on the rock.
and Basingid.
Okay,
And then farried sponge.
nice. So we just had another shout out. Thank you. I'm a proud Pride mama. Heart, heart, heart. In regards to honoring our last day of Pride Month.
That's so nice.
We also were told that it is World Asteroid Day. It's a Tunguska event. It was an asteroid that hit a Russian river in 1903, June 30th of 1908. Pardon me. Okay, I've got another question coming into the chat for our scientists when you're ready.
Oh, never mind. That's just a crinoid.
Ah,
Sorry, it looked
those dang
different.
crinoids.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, given their fragile nature and current climbing conditions, have you observed any notable effects on deep sea corals yet? And if not, how long do you anticipate until the situation is as difficult as it is with shallow reef systems?
Yeah, that's a good question. So deep sea corals are definitely still threatened by climate change, but in different ways. So
Bridge now, we can do another 30 meters.
a lot of the shallow corals, they're stony corals, and so they build these hard calcium carbonate skeletons, and that becomes more difficult with acidification due to climate change. Most of the ones we're seeing here, they don't have that same issue. They don't use calcium carbonate, but they are still going to be affected by warming temperatures and potentially acidification in other ways. They're also not going to have issues with bleaching because of that, because they don't have photosynthetic organisms in them. Looks like another droopy.
Yeah, it's a droopy over there, yeah.
But as
Zoom
to
in,
like
please.
how long that's going to take, it kind of depends on where you are in the oceans. Deep water, it comes from surface water, but it takes time to reach like the depths that we're at here.
It's like a crinoid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come wide, please.
Okay.
So it actually could be in some cases hundreds of years before that surface water that is being affected by climate change reaches like these corals, for example.
Right.
But it will still affect them. I don't really know the specifics of how. It's like a cucumber here.
Good Spock.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
that was a little bit of a distracted answer.
No, no, you're fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I think, oh, hey. Yeah, I see it now. I was seeing the other thing on the rock there, not the
These ones also have very full guts.
Interesting.
Looks like they're still taking advantage of the flux event, even though it's over that.
And the guts are
Some
that
sort
like
of
bunched up
synallactid.
white area at the base of their
Yeah.
body?
Cool.
Go, come wide, please.
It's interesting. I think we don't really have time for another sample, but just look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, now it looks like the wind speed's dropping considerably. I wonder if that was just a squall that went
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
That's good.
We're still planning one more dive, I think, right?
Yeah. I still think that's the plan. I get the update after the watch.
Thank you for your comments posted in our chat. It's really appreciative, and we will share these out. So we just do have a question about is there a place we can submit artwork that we've done from your streams / general oceanic cuties? Thank you for asking.
Oh.
My first thought would be on our Instagram page. Can people share their artwork on our IG accounts?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm,
maybe
like,
through
I
a
think we have
direct message.
DMs, so
You
I'm
put it
sure
in
you could
there
just
and
send them. And
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Either send
Oh,
it
yeah.
or
I'm not
or
sure.
at them.
Yeah.
We would love to see
Yeah.
the art, though, if you
Yeah,
That'd be
find a
nice.
way.
either tag us or
Yeah.
DM us.
Oh,
We'd
there
love
you go.
to take a look.
Yeah, you can tag us. But thank you. We
Croquet
would
china
love to see your
cups.
art.
What?
Croquet china cups.
Croquet?
Or crocheted, yeah.
Okay, that makes
We're
more
going to play
sense.
croquet. That just took me back
Croquet
to
China.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, did you see them playing earlier?
What?
Hey, that's part of the Marble Olympics, okay?
Am I hearing
That's
this?
another division, croquet marbles.
Croquet chili
The
cups.
marble croquet competition. That would be fun, just saying. Michael, we're creating other divisions.
I would like to see a crochet
Cucumber.
For the
china cups,
marble.
though.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
What do we got
Isn't
here?
there? Wait. I know. There's the crochet
One of our
lady's going to
viewers
come
make
up.
that?
What?
Yeah, I feel like, is that
Did
what
they?
we saw the other day? Or did they
Yeah,
crochet a different type
somebody,
of
she
Oh,
did.
yeah, it was.
There it
zoom
is.
in, please.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, not a cucumber.
Another chrysogorgia.
Bridge nap, can we do another 30 meters?
Oh, yeah, we looked at that. Remember, we did this before.
Yeah.
We went
Thank
down
you.
the crocheted Chanacops Road.
What is that thing up there to the
What is
left?
going
Little
on?
tunicate or?
I don't know. It's
What is happening?
Tiny,
tiny
whatever
sponge.
it is.
Yeah.
Tiny tunicate.
I think I'm going to start crocheting again.
Go up, come my, please.
I think I want to start croqueting again.
Yeah, I want a marble croquet competition.
I want some croquettes.
Yo.
I want a croissant.
I'm the crochet lady. I knew you were going to see. You're going to hear us say. The crochet lady has chimed
Yes.
in. One link coming. Oh, boy, you're
Yay.
dangerous.
I want to see that.
I didn't get to see it last time.
She's got some pretty cool crocheted
You're going to have to show me.
deep sea ocean.
What's the name of her page?
She's going to put the link up.
Oh, okay.
It's coming. The question that just came in from Ben Thickboy is, have we seen any sharks in Johnston?
Good name, first of all. We have not seen any sharks yet that I know
I hope
of.
we do soon.
It is on the list, though.
Yeah, it's definitely possible, especially at these depths that we were at right now. But they're
And how many more dives do we have on this expedition planned?
I'm not
So
sure.
it's open.
I think-
Weather-
yeah,
weather
for
depending.
discussion.
the weather, you
It
know.
depends.
It's always dependent
answer.
on the weather.
Just hope for the best.
Get in.
Good answer. As soon as you can
oh,
get in.
fish. Oh, that looks like maybe a tripod.
Tripod, yeah.
Yeah, if not did. They're very awkward when they swim.
I was just going to say, you can really
You can see that they're used to sitting on the bottom. That's what they're better designed for, as opposed to some of those eels that we see that are a little better in the water.
Right, that have that real graceful movement.
Yeah. Yep, it's doing its tripod thing.
Oh, how cute.
The second one up to the left.
Is there?
There it is.
Screen left now.
To the left,
Oh,
to
yeah.
the left. There's another
no,
tripod?
that's
Yeah,
fine.
it's
Yeah.
just off.
So now, you know, and here we are. Oh, she made a deep sea anglerfish. So in the deep sea, I noticed that we don't see schools of fish like we do in the shallow waters. Is that
Zoom in,
just
please.
simply because of environmental conditions? Are they competing against each other for food resources, or how come they don't?
they're not as abundant.
Okay,
So you're not going to see that many fish in one place.
Oh,
Oh,
those
that's a
scales are
great
pretty.
shot.
that's a nice shot.
Is that one of them tripod fish?
So we should start thinking about heading up pretty soon.
Okay.
Come my, please.
You guys do have 3 more Niskins, I will say.
Well, we can fire them as background.
I
or,
guess, yeah. Might as well.
Yep.
It's not much here.
That we can see.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh my gosh, she made Chanacops earrings out of clay.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Somebody
That's
send us
awesome.
up the, oh. Lizzie, post it on our Instagram. Or post it and tag us so we can see your photo.
I think the coolest earrings that I ever heard made was they'd fill an aquarium with small bits of like hematite or any sort of mineral, and then they'd put caddisfly larvae in there.
Oh.
And the caddisfly would make their shell out of the little particles they glue together, and so it would make earrings out of them.
Is that like how a bagworm makes?
Yeah, exactly. That's
Okay.
it. So it's really cool.
That's so cool.
Should we just let it hold position or do another step?
We can let hold position after this, and then we might just do a little bit of troubleshooting here before we get going on our way up.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
We had several shipmates that were crocheting a couple of legs ago. And
What'd they crochet?
Tabby was crocheting like Dumbo octopus
Ooh.
kind of little blobby things. There's one down in the data lab.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it then.
It's hidden. You have to look for it. There you
I
go.
think I'm gonna have to make my sister start crocheting the creatures we see.
Yeah, I love how art and science really complement each other. Is the word I'm looking for.
I know in the past Nautilus has brought artists on expeditions and they've created art inspired by what they've seen.
Yeah, we had an artist out on the mapping leg.
Is that where that painting came from in the data lab?
Good question. I'm not sure.
I like that one.
Yeah, there was a question about that if we ever invite artists onto the ship.
Yep.
So
yes, we do.
Bridge nav, we can just hold position here. Thank you.
Cool, Benthic boy. Thank you for drawing your chaunacops. Tag us in a photo if it looks to share with us. Aloha from Argentina.
So do you think that you'd be able to, if you took it out of heading and then
they're hosting an English class in Argentina right now.
Going round?
It will try, I think.
Want to try that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's let me get a little. It's going to stretch out a little bit.
The English class in Argentina sounds like an interesting cross-disciplinary approach to science and learning English.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. Of course, I want to know how they say aloha in Argentina.
Hola.
Right?
Adios.
Is it? Is it?
So we stay down?
You guys can stay down for longer if you want. Like, I don't know that we'll be able to squeeze another dive in, just given the forecast. So if you just want to maximize
Let me just keep going.
the weather, keep going.
Josh, just
how many more waypoints do we have?
or hold.
I think we have 3 more or 2 more
Sorry,
at least.
stand by one there.
We could keep going.
Yeah, we can keep going.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, at least another hour or so. Okay.
All right, and we want to send another shout out to Dr. Robert Ballard. Happy birthday. Hau'olela hanau. Happy birthday, Dr. Ballard. Enjoy your day.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And Mark DeRoche, too. Happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Madros.
He's the long-time deck chief on this ship forever.
Really?
Oh, awesome. It's a good day to be born.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to continue on for a little bit.
I'm going to take this. I need
Yeah,
to
we're just
come
doing some
forward.
troubleshooting right
I'm
now.
gonna take this little wrap
Okay.
out. Yeah, just give us about 15 minutes here.
yeah,
We're
take
gonna
your time.
kinda do some tricks.
Some
Twirls,
spins.
some pirouettes.
Good time for
Do
bio
some
breaks if
ballet.
anybody needs.
Yeah, if you can keep going around, let's just keep doing it.
I
I
might
have
go
to
grab
take
a
I have to take
snack.
the tether out
Does
at the same
anyone
time,
want a
right?
snack?
Yeah. So you keep doing yours.
A comment in the chat is, I'm not sure if somebody remembers, but craft t-shirts were designed by Karen Romano, who was on a previous dive.
Ooh.
Show us what those craft t-shirts look like. Tag us in a photo.
Are they?
You don't get one.
What? Oh,
know-
no. That's not what I was going to ask.
Where's my shirt?
I was
I don't even get one.
wondering what they meant by craft.
That's the arm.
Oh.
It's the manufacturer.
It was craft with a K.
Craft with a K.
I'm assuming mac and cheese.
No.
No, that's that's the manufacturer of the Craft Technologies. Makes our sampling manipulator arm.
Oh, okay.
And I believe we have the oldest craft manipulator in service, as
Oh,
far
yeah.
as what Hugh tells me. Craft, but
That just means that you guys are very skilled at maintaining it.
yeah, we are.
You're like, we have to be.
Okay, hold on a sec there, Michael.
More skilled all the time, huh?
So yeah, we were just chatting, and we did a big shirt trade. So I sent him a bunch of Nautilus shirts, and he sent over some craft ones.
Aw, that's nice.
Okay, hold on. Let's just,
Okay, so
I'm gonna, yeah, okay, keep going. Maybe come up a little bit.
Ooh.
oh, nice. All right, we got another aloha share. So our aloha and where I'm from in South India is Vanakam, which is in Tamil. Thank you for sharing. That's awesome.
Thank you. I think it's so cool
I
that
gotta
we're
wait here.
learning how to say hello from so many different people in different places.
Yeah, are you able to keep going? I'll fly towards you a little bit.
Oh. And then to all our viewers out there.
Going now? Okay. You gotta catch up to me now. I went too far.
Oh, cool. So we have just some of our transmissions, and it may be interrupted. There's some strong currents and weathers occurring out here, so just bear with us and feel free to pop your questions in the chat, and we'll continue to address them. But thank you. And then in relation to all of the crocheted deep sea organisms, they were all inspired by the Nautilus expeditions. Oh, okay.
Yeah. A little surprised there's not as much abundance here as we had seen.
They were pretty shallow.
Right at what, about 1,600 meters?
No, it doesn't want to come around again.
Yeah, like 1650.
Okay. Mm. Okay. So just some updates on the stats here. We're currently at 1,657 meters. Our water temp is 2.59 degrees Celsius. We have an oxygen saturation of 15.2% and an O2 concentration of 64.5 micromoles per liter, and our salinity has been quite stable at 34.6 PSU. Just a little stats for you to give you a sense of what this environment is telling us. So I'm going to pose this question out to whomever would like to answer. But what kinds of different engineers are on our team?
I think we have a lot of different engineers. I know there's a lot of engineers on the ROV team, but we also have data engineers that work on our computers.
Video engineers.
Video engineer.
Broadcast engineer.
Is that what you would call yourself? Okay.
So not happening, eh?
And then of course there's engineers that work on the ship itself, the Nautilus.
Oh, there it goes. Maybe.
Come on, little buddy.
Yeah, doesn't Jessica have her PhD like materials or materials engineering or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a shout out from Wisconsin. We love your cheese. So it says, instead of aloha, we say hey for hello, goodbye, and I love you. Mahalo, Wisconsin.
Shout out to Wisconsin, don't you know?
I can't wait to come eat your cheese. I heard you guys get good cheese over there.
I used to live in
Okay,
Madison.
I think
a
that's
great place.
probably good enough. Let me just,
Yeah, one of our navigators went to school in Madison as well, Lynette.
Yeah, Lynette's an awesome mapper. And she did bring us some Wisconsin cheese.
I'm just wondering, is it the Canadian version of aloha? Is that like sorry or something like that? Sorry?
usually.
Thank you, Josh. Really good. So do you guys have any ideas, suggestions, or inferences of why we're not seeing a lot of other organisms in this area? Is it just the landscape?
I mean,
Just
my instinctual
not
answer
be
would be
good?
low flow, but we've been talking about the current, so that doesn't seem to be the case.
Right? Maybe just not good food
Why is that not happening?
collections over
I
here.
want you to stop doing what you're doing. I just want you to hold position if you can.
Yeah, I mean, oh.
That was a PRI-M&M.
What the heck's going on here?
I think they're a peanut. I don't know what you're talking about. It was marbles. We're starting our marble race.
Started
5
our
second
marble
roll.
race back here. So an interesting comment came into the chat when there was a math question about Wisconsin cheese and the PSATs. Cheese and math. Cool. I like math and I like cheese.
It's going back down.
Do we happen to have a broom in the control van?
We go down.
Yes, 2 of them back in the
Any
corner by
reason
the
you're
door.
asking?
Great, thank you.
There's a dustpan back there as well.
Okay, I'll come back out a little bit here for a sec. I don't know if I want to go for the full topside thing, maybe. I don't know. Okay. Okay, let me see here.
So we have a nice observation comment, which I was actually thinking the same thing. A lot of huge rock formations we saw in this dive look like smaller versions of mountain landscapes we see on land, except there were sand pools instead of lake pools. So I was thinking that same thing. Like in Hilo, on the Big Island, we have a lot of these same types of structures, but rather than sand, we would have seawater, freshwater pools in there. So it's an interesting contrast and similarity.
A lot of these circular depressions remind me a lot of dissolution pits on limestones when you're above the tree line.
Oh, cool. I like how that mirror, that
Yeah.
the deep sea mirrors these, high terrain areas or mountainous areas.
Yeah, but I'm not
It's
sure
really
if that's how they're formed or that sort of
Right.
thing. And there are some other areas where you can get small rocks trapped inside these little depressions, and a current goes by and they kind of polish the whole area and keep expanding.
Oh,
It's some really interesting morphology.
Is that something that would make like a salt bed or like like in Hawaii, like if we go along the coastal shorelines of, especially
No,
on
not
Big
yet.
Island, we have a lot of salt pans. And it's little divots in the rocks where the salt starts
now
to
you can
settle
start it up.
and then it dries.
Yeah, it might be something similar.
Something similar,
Yeah.
like where they have that action of, wow, cool.
Now that's why, there's, we had some discussion earlier about the shiny spot on the rock
Oh, right.
being maybe current induced with almost like sandblasting sort of approach. But
Oh.
I would expect if you'd see more of that here, if that's what was happening here.
Yeah.
So
It was just that one patch. We haven't really seen anything else like it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is there, like, it looked, I don't know rocks, but it looked like something like obsidian, but you wouldn't really expect any volcanic activity. You think this is all still carbonate?
No, I mean, yeah, this is all carbonate right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we'll see what happens.
And in the deserts, you get that, varnish approach or look sometimes too from the wind. And that actually is sandblasting.
Okay.
Oh.
And get these bentifacts forming, and it's pretty impressive.
Huh.
Very cool.
Okay, I think we're ready to start again.
Awesome.
Okay. Do you want me to just tell them to go 180, or do you like the jumps again?
I like to do the steps.
Okay.
A little more work for you, but that's why we're here.
Sounds good. No,
This is a good training process.
Bridge nav.
Okay. So I have an overall question for anybody who
Can
would
we
care.
do another 30-meter step at 180?
So this question is for anyone who would like to answer. What is your favorite room on the Nautilus? Thank you, Benthic Boy.
Kitchen so far.
Yeah, well, it's
Probably here.
well, it's not the room. It's just a little like porch right behind the mess where you can sit and have your meal and look out and work.
The social deck.
Yeah, is that social deck? Yeah, that's nice.
Is that the one we were on yesterday with the barbecue and the hot tub?
No.
Zoom
That's
in,
where we
please.
sit for meals.
Oh, yeah. That is a nice spot. Thank you.
Oh, good spotting.
Oh, what is that? Oh,
It's another cucumber. It's another
Sorry, I was looking at the crinoid.
Paleocatides, I think.
Yeah, we have time to do some sampling again too. If
Yeah, I don't want this one, but if we see another Imperima or urchin.
little crinoid near
urchin.
the.
We have to have another urchin?
I guess we don't really have a place to put it, so never mind on that.
Come on, please.
But we can
You
slurp
couldn't
it
put it with the
whole
sea pen in the same? There's an urchin right there, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm worried it would. I don't know. I don't want to damage the sea pen. What's in the left box?
Is that a rock? It's a rock.
Could be a rock.
We do have one
180.
open.
Yeah, we're going 180.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it over there.
Can you tell if it's any better?
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
It looked like it was.
The auto?
Looked like it's at least trying, but then it just
wanes off again.
wanes off for a bit. But at least it's seemingly trying.
Okay, so we've got some more questions coming into the chat here. I know you see a lot of typical human junk, like fishing nets, but what's the most unexpected thing anyone has seen on the ocean floor when working down here?
We saw a flip-flop, right?
That's true.
I saw a can of Coke once.
And the bath mat.
I mean, do we really see a lot? I mean, we've seen some, but I'm not sure if it's a lot of material down here.
I saw an
Not
AUV
compared
once.
to this. What did you see, Josh?
An AUV?
Cool. Yeah, that was not cool.
Oh.
What was it?
AUV.
What is
Wasn't supposed to be there.
Nice.
Was it operating?
Autonomous underwater vehicle.
Sentry.
Oh,
Oh.
thank you.
Sitting in the bottom, dying.
Oh, my.
Just went like, go hit the ROV mode.
Oh boy.
Wow.
I'm
Did
gonna
you know
get you.
whose it
A
was?
whole nother like sector.
Yeah, yeah. That's hooey.
And then another question that came in, and this is for anyone who would like to answer. Do you spend any time looking at the sky at night from the ship?
Yeah.
Yes. I like looking at it at sunset. I really enjoy looking at all of the cloud formations and how the sun is setting and if there's any rain squalls coming across. I was able to go up on deck with Emma and look at the stars.
That was fun.
She shared all of the, yeah, Emma, you can share about that. So that was really cool.
I still want to see the ISS, though,
Oh, right. We're still looking for the satellite.
space station.
Oh, it's a way station? What is
Space
it?
station.
Thank you.
International Space Station.
I'm like, what do they
Okay.
weigh up there? Okay, so I have another question here for our geologists. Geologists are usually inseparable from their hammer. How come Herc doesn't have one? Would you like one? Hydraulic, maybe?
Try hammering something when you're floating.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, personally, I would love to have one to look at some of these fresh rocks. And that there is some discussion, or they had been thinking about a way to develop some sort of a drill where you could actually clasp onto the rock and drill at the same time.
Whoa.
Yeah, we have a drill, and we turned the magnum arm into a chisel, hydraulic chisel, but it's like, just think about float, like you can push down onto the seafloor a little bit, then you steal your hydraulic float around the chisel, and then you just like chisel and push yourself off the rock. So. Okay, well, come on, please. We have crowbars, which can work sometimes, but it's more of you have to twist, not pry.
Yeah.
When you pry, you just push yourself up and down. So it's, but yeah, you can lever some things or break some rocks with a little crowbar we carry around sometimes.
Yeah, I'm just envisioning a cartoon where you're trying to drill in and the ROV starts spinning.
Oh my.
It's really hard on the ROV frame because it just creates a lot of vibration.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So has anybody seen a green flash at sunset when out at sea?
Yes.
No.
Yep.
Not on this cruise yet, but
No,
yes.
not this one, but yeah.
Oh. Yeah, not in this one, huh?
I think we
cloudy
there's
on
too
the
many
sunsets.
clouds.
We had a great name for the jackhammer, Rob, which I think you would appreciate.
Uh-oh.
We call it Chippy. Yeah. It sort of worked. But. There are these things that I would like to try where it's a mechanical crowbar essentially, so it's like two plates that are together, and you could put that in between the rock, and then you turn, you mechanically spin it like a worm drive, and it separates the plates and then breaks the rocks.
Almost
that
like
way.
a jack.
Yeah, so yeah, jack them, you basically, a little worm-driven jack that could split
cool.
rocks, yeah. Maybe try something like that would be cool. Maybe zoom in, please.
But what we make up for with being able to identify and select rocks, we collect a bunch of them and hopefully have good samples that are representative.
Three decided to be all hanging out.
Yeah, interesting.
I
And
remember
those
when,
are all the mushroom coral again?
Yeah.
Yep. I remember in college we used to be driving around looking at rocks, and we'd call it doing geology at 55. And that's about the speed limit
Okay,
back then.
come my please.
And now this is kind of trying to do geology in a Volkswagen Bug at 2 knots, if we're lucky.
In a Volkswagen
Sea
Bug,
star?
using only what you see in the
Oh, yeah.
headlights.
Exactly.
Cutter star? Or a cookie star?
Sitting on a rock here.
Oh, yeah.
Teeter totter.
Hey, we'll zoom in, please. What are those? Are cookie stars?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it's a cookie
so.
cutter star.
We collected a really
That's
small
adorable. That's what that is.
Yeah.
one. Yeah, agree.
So cute.
Oops, sorry, bumping.
Inexcusable.
Non-stable. Bad zoom shot. Terrible piloting.
Hey.
Come on, please.
Josh is a terrible pilot now.
Go find a sea urchin and redeem yourself.
Not again.
Yes, you got to play urchin
I
basketball
think the
again.
sea urchins have put you through enough.
And the sea
Sea
pen.
urchin frisbee golf. That's what we're going to do.
That was a question in the chat. If we ever played sea urchin frisbee.
Bridge nav, we can do another step at 190.
Oh. It's crazy, 10 degrees.
Awesome.
Yeah, seems to be working now.
Yeah, that's a little better.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Promising. Maybe it's just got sometimes like get little hang-ups in the code and decides to.
Yeah, like right before we did the restitute, like the heading would just started.
Yeah,
To
it started going around.
Yeah.
But now it's not
Even
even
though
really, not even really fighting that hard to hold heading now.
Yeah. Well, even though I was zeroing things out, it was still going.
Yeah. Okay. So I basically closed both GUIs, and then closed the topside program, and then restarted it, and then restart the GUIs. So sometimes that can iron out little glitches like that.
Over to the right, is that something in that sand pit?
That's a sarlacc.
Probably a rock, but
But it looks a little different.
Could be an anemone, maybe. Or something.
That's just a
oh, it's
an
an
old
old
sponge.
sponge, yeah.
Zoom in,
Basically a
please.
baby sarlacc.
It looks like an anemone. Anemone.
Yeah.
Yes. Scoring some points.
Or
Finally
is it
found
an
something that's not a
urchin?
rock.
It's
No, it's an anemone. It might be another one of those tube-dwelling ones again, because I see the like 2 rings of tentacles, and it looks like it might be up on a tube.
You think it might be a tube ring anemone, you said?
Tube dwelling.
Tube dwelling, thank you.
Am I zoomed in on Atlanta?
Come right, please.
Is that what's throwing me off?
Nope, full wide on Atlanta.
Okay.
So before, and the other thing that we needed to do before the reboot was to try and take the wraps out, because it will not remember, it'll zero those out. So you want to take your wraps out first, which is what we did basically,
Oh.
and then do that reboot, because it resets a bunch of stuff on the GUI.
Yeah.
So it's kind of important to do that first.
This. Got it. Noted. The power is now mine.
Is this our cliff?
It looks like it.
Could be.
Living on the edge.
Yeah, this one looks more
See a
cliff-like
little
than
bit
that
of
last one we
seafloor down,
thought was.
not too far away.
Mm-hmm.
I lose a Doppler beam or two. Nah, it's not that far. Tugging?
I don't know why it wants to keep shooting over that way.
Yeah.
Is that a coral
when
or
you don't
another
seem very far,
firework
it
coral
feels
you
like
called
you're
it?
tugging.
Iridigorgia.
It could be tugging right
What
now.
is
I'm a
it?
little bit far away.
Iridigorgia.
With with an E?
Aye.
I. Thank you.
No, there's something else behind it.
Yeah.
And an anemone down bottom right.
Oh yeah.
You do a zoom in, please. That's good there.
Looks like there's some zoanthids colonizing the one to the left.
Is this that, oh no. That one,
Yeah, you can, the zoanthids on it. You can see.
yeah. Are the zoanthids the
Oh,
yellow
that's a good
part or
sextant.
Yeah.
the pink part? Okay, thank you.
Solid.
This is that one we were talking about last night, yeah.
Yep.
Liz, okay. I just
Come
keep
on,
trying to
please.
differentiate between the two. Ooh, nice shot.
Bridge nav, we can do another step at 190.
Looks like we have another urchin here.
Urchin or an enemy?
I was wondering the
Same
Oh,
thing.
yeah, it might be an anemone.
Zoom in, please. It's like, oh yeah, it's an
Yeah.
enemy.
Oh yeah, anemone.
Yeah, I'm rocking it out
Oh,
today.
wow.
It's a little different there.
It's a little
Yeah, some
different
cool
looking.
Yeah, I
colors
don't
and all
know
that.
what that
That
is.
was
Is it
super cool.
dying or is
Nope.
it just that that white color is natural?
Some natural highlights.
Natural highlights. Naturally highlighted. Sorry, don't write that.
Oh, there's a little
Very cool.
crinoid or hydroid up there too.
Yeah.
Upper right.
And this is an anemone because it doesn't have the second row of tentacles inside, right?
I
Okay, we'll
believe
come
so.
wide, please.
Oh, right, like that other one.
And you have that black shiny rock right there too. Pretty weird.
That's so weird.
I just wonder if there's also a preference for the basalt to be, for the corals to host on instead of the limestone here. I don't know. But I would expect us to have a lot of them here. Much of a current here, Josh, do you feel?
It seems to have died down a little bit.
Okay.
I think, yeah. Just kind of as I tuck in here a little more.
So we have some questions coming in the chat. I'll open this up to whomever wants to answer. What is the deepest cliff Hercules has dove into? So on our, what, not this last dive number 5? when we did that ridge line, we went to a depth of about 3,900 meters.
Yeah.
And Hercules has a max depth of 4,000 meters. So that was a pretty deep dive. I think probably the deepest that Hercules has gone down. Okay. And then another question is, would the lava crevices or cracks support mountaineering cam locks or wire nuts to attach a portable drill for sampling? Did I just get it again?
No.
Okay, great. I'm going to pass that to you, Rob, or maybe Josh.
That's probably something down the front row about being able to
Okay.
lock in.
Pilots, let me know when you're ready for a question.
What is that?
Yeah, sorry, what can you repeat the question?
Would the lava crevices or cracks support mountaineering cam locks or wire nuts to attach a portable drill for samples?
Attach a portable drill.
Oh, just so you don't get pushed off, I think.
Oh, I see. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
We can zoom in, please.
Thank you.
I don't know.
It's just a weird rock formation.
Yeah, that discoloration there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
A little row of something.
Right
good.
there.
That was at an old holdfast there,
here.
so it may be just...
yeah, looks like we got another precious coral.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh, for answering
Oh,
that
sorry,
question.
that wasn't a very good answer.
No.
Yeah, we can get creative with all kinds of things. We have a lot of auxiliary hydraulic functions on Herc, so you can do a lot of things with hydraulic drills and winches and things we've actually put on the ROV. So different scientists have brought out all kinds of different things to integrate onto the ROV. So that's sort of how the cruises tend to go, where scientists want to bring something out, whether it's a sensor or something mechanical to integrate. We can come wide, please. And then we'll work with the science group to try and develop different things to integrate on, and so we can experiment with kind of all kind of different things within the constraints and of what the ROV can provide.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah.
And then just a question to follow up for my curiosity. When the science come in and bring those different adaptations, do they remain on Hercules, or are you able to remove them after the scientists have completed their research? Are they detachable, attachable?
Like for what we integrate onto the ROV?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could put things on and take them off and change configurations and...
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Herc is quite a decent platform for integrating different types of science equipment. We've got, like I mentioned before, there's all kinds of different ways to communicate. And there's probably about 250 pounds of payload that we can put on, so we can add that much weight onto the RV and still float, still get down there and operate with that. So there's a fair amount of space on there in different locations around the RV. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty good integration platform.
Nice. Thank you, Josh.
Yeah.
Is that another anemone right there? Anemone?
Where?
On the
Yeah, it looks like it.
Anemones.
Very cool. So during our Beyond the Lights Deep Water series, we will host those as we ascend and descend within the water column. We do have a suggestion for a fishing cooking show for our next series, so we may discuss that. We'll see what comes up. But we will not host those series until we're either ascending or descending our ROVs.
Is that another tiny anemone like right next to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
Something.
It's not an anemone.
It's not? No.
What is that?
Oh, no.
Could it be a hydroid or a stone?
Come wide, please.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did it just kind of...
Yeah, you got
pulled? Okay, I'll back up a little bit.
What was that? You said a hydroid?
Hard to tell. Hydroid stony coral.
It seemed like I was that far away, but I guess maybe.
Something feels like off. to have all that tether, and now it's just not going, even though it wants to try to go. So it could be the current, I guess.
Just try manual again.
Okay. Okay, so we have some questions here coming into the chat. I'm going to direct these towards Liz. Are anemones that are larger in size, is that indicative of age?
I think it's more indicative of different species. Okay. Within a species, yeah, they will get larger as they age, but we've been seeing a number of different ones.
Okay. And then, so in this environment, is there enough nutrients to support organisms in this space?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Should there be more is the question?
Yep.
Well, I mean, there aren't, so, you know, what we're seeing is what is able to make it work in this environment. And, you know, it may not look like much compared to like a shallow water environment, but, you know, we've been seeing a decent amount of life down here.
Right, and you would see more life, like organisms related to such species as like corals and sponges, as opposed to like seaweed and other plant life that you would find in the surface of the ocean, because there's that lack of photosynthesis. Yes. So you wouldn't really find plants at this depth.
From NOAA here, it looks like it's been a while since we've seen them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in, please?
We saw a lot of them when we first started our dive last night.
It's got something on its stalk. Maybe or is that behind it? Yeah.
It might be behind it.
Oh, it's a tunicate, I think.
Behind it. Oh. And there's some little pink thing in the crevice, that
corner you can see
there.
A little, almost mushroom or stone.
Baby mushroom.
Oh yeah, baby mushroom. Good spot.
Little tiny baby mushroom.
So you called this a crinoid?
Primnoid, yeah.
Yeah, come light, please.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a tunicate behind it. That's cool.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
There's another little coral in there too.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we'll zoom in.
Oh, what is that?
It's the cucumber.
Oh.
Oh. Can we stop and slurp that?
Yeah, we can hold position, please.
Bridge nav, can we hold position?
All right, we're going in for another sample collection, so we'll cease answering questions until we're done with our collection.
Do you need to come back at all?
We'll see. Might just be able to spin around as we drift by. Can you get a jar set up?
Yes. Which jars are available again?
Jar number 1 or 2.
Go ahead. Flush.
You were just quiet, Taylor.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Jar number 1 or 2?
1. Or 2I. Okay. We'll go with jar number 2.
Okay. This one? There's
Can we zoom in, please? And I'll go 25 again. Seemed to work pretty good last time.
Copy. 25. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, nice. We're getting this down.
And that was sample number 154.
4?
154, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, great. We've just completed our sampling collection, so I'll go ahead and initiate our questions. Q&A again here in a little bit.
That 25 seems like a good number for that. Keeps it nice and intact.
Yeah,
Goes through
it's seeming so.
Yeah, he looks nice. Nice
yeah,
one.
these
Perfect.
Amperima or Peniagony, whichever this is, they're pretty solid.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no,
Oh,
it looks
good.
really good in the jar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right, so I've got a few questions coming in the chat here. I'm going to shift this one over to Yvonne. Is this a protected zone? And if it is, does the fact that it's protected have some restrictions to your research?
Yeah, we're talking about almost 500,000
going
square
again.
miles that are being protected
now
as the
we can
Pacific
get going
Remote
again
Islands
at
Marine National
190
Monument.
for 30 meters.
And the co-managing agencies that protect this monument is NOAA Fisheries and U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. And there are permits required, and we basically process those permits over. It takes a while for us to actually coordinate permits.
Right.
Research permits are not very common. Yeah,
interesting.
It's sometimes no more than 2 a year.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. But there's a lot to be discovered in this incredible realm, right? So we do process permits. So we want to, especially with the Nautilus, what a great opportunity to discover things that we don't know about the monument.
Right. Yeah. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yvonne. And then this is a question for our pilots. When you guys are ready, when you folks are ready.
Suddenly there's a lot of anemones.
Did you find another one?
Oh, go ahead.
Are there any other ships that stream ROV missions?
Yeah, you bet. Can we zoom in, please?
Okay.
Yeah, there's several other ships. It's becoming more and more common. No ship Okeanos.
I didn't even notice that cucumber in the
Another
back.
cucumber there, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good Spock. Is that another crinoid? Or is that a different organism?
That's another one of those anemones.
The anemone? Oh, the tube.
Yeah.
The tube anemones that you said?
The cucumber, I think, is another synallactid. Very small one.
Yeah, come by, please.
Oh, that's the sea cucumber?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anemone.
Tube anemone and...
Yeah, then I think at the moment they're streaming off of the Tully, which is a Canadian Coast Guard vessel. I think there's other, and Jason ROV does a lot of streaming as well. So yeah, it's becoming more and more common.
Falkor, Schmidt Ocean Research.
Yeah, Falkor, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ocean X, I think, does.
Yeah, Ocean X.
Oh, wow. So there's a lot. So this, these folks, they start this stream the moment they wake up and watch it all day. So they pretty much can't wait till next year. This is the 6th or 7th cruise we've watched, and the 3rd I've seen leaving port. Lots of love from Potter and Gillian in Buffalo, New York.
Nice.
Mahalo for watching us.
Thank you.
I was just in Buffalo. There's an ROV company called Pelagic Research that's based in Buffalo.
Oh, I've worked with them.
Just south of Buffalo in East Aurora, New York.
Oh.
You're muted. Mute.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Oh my
Now,
goodness.
now you're talking my neck of the woods. That's where I grew up. I went to school at SUNY Buffalo
Oh,
for
wow.
undergrad and grew up in Olean, just about maybe an hour south of East Aurora.
Oh,
So-
cool.
It's a really nice
rock
area.
patch.
East Aurora is
Yeah.
just a cute little town.
Little rubble pile there.
They've had a couple of Christmas movies filmed out of there.
Decent
It's-
picking, but
Yeah, it's got a
guess not.
great main street with
Yeah.
old storefronts
Oh,
that have
wow.
been fixed up, and yeah, it's a really nice place.
I didn't realize Pelagic was there. There's a chance that we may be working with them on an upcoming ROV cruise.
Oh, wow.
So,
Neat.
Yeah, I worked with them during some midwater ROV surveys.
okay.
Me
Cool.
too.
And who is this again that you worked with?
They're called Pelagic is the name of the
Pelagic.
company. Pelagic Research.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
Oh, another cucumber,
cucumber.
suddenly. And
A
a fish.
Oh, wow,
Let's look at
it's
the
a
fish.
party. Oh, look at that.
The fish is
Ooh.
moving faster. It's another
is
cutthroat
purple.
eel.
It's got some markings on his side
I'm
there.
thinking those are going to be parasites, like ice pods or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, zoom in, please.
The isopods.
Yeah, you can see the ice
Oh,
pods hanging on
yeah.
the outside of it. Or is that what
Is
that
it
is?
just
Or
a
is it?
marking?
Nope.
Yeah,
Am I wrong?
Same marking
My
on
bad.
the other side. I saw this
Got in a fight
before.
with somebody.
Yep.
Huh.
Cookie cutter?
Kind of like a mouth.
I was like
It
a
does.
cookie
No
cutter.
cookie cutter.
Ooh.
Woo!
Could have been.
Going backwards.
Backing up.
Oh, darling. Oh.
Very nice.
And what
That's
type of
cool. 'cause I
eel
can
was
It's a
it?
cutthroat
Or
eel.
Cutthroat eel again?
Oh, you're right.
Thank
It
you.
is the same on both sides.
Liz, did you get that on the second camera? That was cool.
Nope.
Aw.
Sorry.
As I paid a visit to East Aurora earlier this year in February, which is not really the time to
We'll zoom
be
in, please.
in the Buffalo area.
Yeah, that's in the heart of the lake effect storm belt.
Yeah, took me 2 days to get there. I got stranded in Chicago for a day.
Another Palopatides or hansanothuria. I like the color on these ones.
I know.
Yeah, they're really pretty and vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
Bridge nav, we can do another step at 190.
Look on my, please.
Wow, that's a tall one.
Yeah. Doesn't look too healthy though. Or maybe not.
I think it's just the
Yeah.
base. They lose their polyps on
Yeah.
the base, but looks like another bamboo.
Yeah, that's huge.
So tall.
You can zoom in, please.
That's such a cool shape.